Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Know the Truth, aka the Black Cinderella. Good morning to all targeted individuals out there, waking up, going to sleep, breathing, eating, doing what you're supposed to be doing in this life of targeted individualism. I'm on my way to work. So I'm on my way to work because, of course, I have to, support my 4 children. But I'm on my way to work because this is the only way that a targeted individual and even a normal individual can begin to start regrouping their life before the situation may have caused a homelessness or may have caused you to get sick or, in jail, in the hospital. You have to learn to regroup. And why I say that I have been giving myself a lot of therapy on being a targeted individual, because I don't know any personally. I don't know not one personally, except for, those who reach out to me on my videos, and which I do appreciate, because I can, truly be able to engage and talk to some of you guys about what you guys have been going through, because I still, like many of you guys, are a bit confused. So I go to work every day and I deal with many different attitudes, many different, scenarios or, words that may come out of a coworker's mouth. And I deal with it in a way of really trying to figure out, because most people that are targeted know that something is going on, but yet there are other people that may experience the same thing that we're experiencing but aren't claiming to be a targeted individual. So it's kind of like you're kind of put in a situation where when you go to work, or when I go to work, I take my time and I don't rush through the day. I do make it home before my kids get off the school bus, so I am there to, greet them and to spend, the rest of the day with my children. I do not want to spend countless hours at a job, whether I'm making a lot of money or a little bit of money, and be away from my children. So the time that I feel best is when I'm at work and the children are all at school together. Now, a lot of things can happen as well in that scenario, but you have to continue to keep your children in school, keep them up with their regular activities, keep their mind focused on what they need to focus on, and kind of basically forget that you are a targeted individual, but think about it now that you're a targeted individual parent. So now you have to forget that you are being constantly harassed, electrocuted, radiation beaming down on you, because you have to, protect your children so they don't worry at all. My children live a non-targeted worry life, because I don't bring it upon them. And I stopped when I noticed that they noticed something was going on, and they do have an idea, but have been through a couple of things and seen a couple of things, so I know that they know that something was going on. They do know that I call myself a targeted individual. They do know that I have a SoundCloud account, and that most of my songs are based on my life experiences as being a targeted individual. So as I get up and get my journey, my day starts early. I start at 4 in the morning, and I'm up making breakfast, making lunches, making sure the kids are up, getting dressed on time, and doing what I have to do as a mother. And I may wake up to seeing something out the ordinary, but what do? At this point, I've learned to brush it off, like I said in the previous video, seeing it, understanding it, and keep it moving. That's all you have to do. So it's my day at work. I don't let certain things get to me, certain attitudes that coworkers may have, or just, being who they are. You have to learn that this is just your life, and it may seem weird, but it's like, if you're a targeted individual and you're still living and you're still breathing, and, you may be a little bit on the paranoid side, you're a person that's going to be a targeted individual, and learning how to cope with it is a part of a therapy that I've begun to do for myself, because I saw that I was turning into a psycho crazy path. I was wanting to kill you. I was wanting to kill you. But I said, what good would I do if something happens to me and my children are here? Of course, I have my mother, whom I know would love and take care of my children, but I feel like I can't do it. I can't let these pussy hole, people get to my life. So, as I say that, I'm learning how to deal with everyday life as being a targeted individual. I've met not many, but a few people along my journey, that have showed signs of being a gang stalker. And yet I still focus on trying to see if they are, because you see the signs plainly. For instance, we're driving across, freeway, and we stop off in Colorado. Had an encounter with a police officer, and it was a scared but different experience. And we ended up in Frisco, Colorado. And as we are out there for a couple of days, it was cold, it was snowing, a lot of stuff was going on. But fast forward to where we made it to our destination, states away. Few months after being here, met a person and, hung out a few times, and nothing, it was just regular. It was like, I'm not really sure. I don't know, you could be. And it was just, but one time there was a hat that was left at my home after, this person had visited. And on the hat, it said Colorado. So, coincidence or not, in my mind, I'm like, he has to be a gang stalker. You know what I mean? It's only evident. Like, why? No one knows that we were even in Colorado for any amount of time, right? And here a guy that I met, a year or so after I had already, moved to where we were going, just left a hat that said Colorado. So, those are the things you think about. You think about that type of shit. You think about what ifs and the who's and the what's and the buts and the do's and the whys and the I's, okay? And cross your T's and all that type of shit. But you have to remember that when I get to work, I work, okay? And I work on making my money as best as I could, as honest as I could, as, loyal as I could as a worker, in order to, be happy, to know that, what? I went to work today, knocked it out. A day at the workplace for a targeted individual can be very, very stressful. It could be very, alarming, could be very scary, could, honestly, every day that I go, it's making me a stronger person, because, things don't happen every day at the job, okay? They don't happen every day, but when they do happen, it's not something that hasn't happened to me in that similar type of way before, And so these are the things that I look at too, like a lot of the comments or certain attitudes that go on. I come in every day with a smile. And they always say, why are you always smiling? Why are you always smiling? How come you always joking? Like, first of all, I don't want to come to work and be upset at the world or whatever's going on at home. If I'm at work, I want to enjoy this fucking time. So if you guys don't like it, okay, then you have to bounce out of my face. All right. And so these are the things that you say in that order. So that way no one has any misunderstanding of how you're feeling about what's going on in your life. You know what I mean? And you're not too much afraid of saying, just speaking your mind real quick. Just speak your mind real quick so motherfuckers can shut the F up. Okay. And you know what I do? A lot of times when I'm at work, when I have, a little spare time, I throw on Dave Chappelle on Netflix, or I watch reruns of Martin, or I watch In Living Color, The Office. I watch Martin Lawrence, you know what I mean? And I just watch funniness and happiness, and I just engage in laughter, because Laughter is what will keep us alive as targeted individuals, okay? So at my workplace, when I get there, I'm going to be me and be happy, you know? I'm just going to do what I do, and whoever doesn't appreciate the happiness, because 2020 means we need to be happy. We have to find our happiness again, because if we don't find our happiness, it will consume us and we'll turn into this dark little flower just dwindling away in the hot, scorching sun, no water, and just turning brown. And you don't want that, okay? And I know for a fact I don't want it anymore, because I've been dealing with it for 3 years, okay? And in order for me to continue my life as a person and cross out a targeted individual, I have to be happy and continue to live. And I keep saying this in all my videos. You have to continue to go back to the life that you knew and start it over and forget about what's going on, you know? And I tell myself that every day. It is hard to forget about what's going on. But if you do, you'll have brighter days, you know? You'll have brighter days. You'll feel safer. You'll acknowledge a lot of things. And I don't know how many videos I'll do or what I'll say. It just is things that I remember. I remember going through that were very different, and looking back to it and, you know, readjusting certain things. I don't know why this had ever started to happen. I don't know why this would keep on happening, you know? So as the days turn, these are the days of our lives. But I do want to sing a song to you guys so you guys can be in a happy place. And if you remember this song, you can sing along with me, and just know that once you finish singing this song, it's all about making your dough, you know? So it goes, doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, so, tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to dough, 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 dough. Know the truth, aka the Black Cinderella. Everybody have a great day.